Alright, what's up guys, it's Mitchell or Deity, and this video is going to be specifically for clearing Abyss. So, I'm going to show you my main Abyss team. This is the team that you can use to clear all the way up to Abyss 80. You can do it on full auto. The only floor that'll give you some trouble is floor 62. So if you're watching this and you haven't cleared floor 62, that's the hardest one. All the rest you can clear up to floor 80 on auto. So, going in, let's go ahead and look at these stats. So here are the stats for the characters. So you want to have your adventurer Raz geared up about like this. If you get his right side gear leveled up more, he will just be even better. So next up, we will be showing Spectre Tenebria. Spectre Tenebria is going to be looking like this. So overall, not 100 crit chance, but it's fine. Most of the damage you get comes from her poisons from her S1. Yes, she doesn't have effectiveness, but low Abyss bosses do not have effect resist. Next up, we have our Free Spirit Tieria. So she is, well, actually, I need to upgrade her gear severely, but this is what I use for all of it. This worked just fine. She was able to stay alive. She lands some defense breaks on her S3. So overall, this worked just great. And then we have our Tamarin, which looks like this. So you see, it's not leveled up gear at all. It's basically just Spectre Tenebria carries you on full auto all the way up. So if you're following my guide series, if you're not following my guide series, you might not have these characters. If you don't, hopefully you have Arbiter Villager instead of Spectre Tenebria. If you don't, then I don't really know how to guide you. You can find another damage dealer besides Spectre Tenebria. You could use Kyrus for a lot of it, but Spectre Tenebria being element neutral is just the overall best thing you could possibly be doing. That is why everyone tells you to pick Spectre Tenebria from the selective summon. So that is the team though that you are able to full auto all the way up to 80. So floor 80 is what we're going to start with. I just cleared it. So just going to go back in. So floor 80, I'm just going to describe it real quick. You are going to, let me replay it for free, right? So floor 80, you are going to just be clearing the first wave. It takes a while, but you just put it on full auto. You don't have to care. So just full auto. And then once you get past this, I'm going to fast forward till it's past this. This should clear no problem whatsoever if your character's anywhere geared like mine. If they're higher, if you level up their stuff, that's going to clear it even faster. But then I will show you how to clear the second wave really quickly. So I'll be back once this finishes clearing Shadow Rose. Okay, so now that we just cleared that, whenever you're getting into this stage, you are going to have a decent amount of souls. You can spend them however you like. It's still just super simple. So the orb here gives... the orb here will be giving HP, so this orb heals the boss, and then this orb gives immunity to this orb. So the yellow orb gives immunity to the purple orb and the boss, meaning that you can kill these in any order you would like. I like killing the immunity one first so that I can debuff the other one faster. So I just always go straight for this. Once you kill the orbs, you can go back to full auto, and it's super easy to clear from there. So I'm going to try to kill this as fast as I possibly can. I'm going to do a couple burns while I can get the burns off, and then get back into S3 and save the rest of my souls. And then from here, we probably won't spend any souls, maybe on Raz S2, but we're just trying to clear it as fast as possible. So go ahead and transform, and then we'll boost up. So I think I'm going to do 3 Abyss stages per video, because I want to do them in smaller segments so it's not a super long video. So right here you can soul burn Raz so that he has his S2 on the next phase anyway. But right there we have a ton of damage. We didn't quite kill it in one turn, so it did cleanse the other one. If you are able to clear this first orb, you want to do that before it gives immunity over to the purple orb, just for the sake of speed. But other than that, it really doesn't matter. From here we can probably strip it and start landing poisons anyway. And then now from here you can just turn on full auto, click the orb, and then let the orb die. Once the orb dies, the boss will do an AoE attack, but then from there it doesn't do a ton of damage, and you are going to just fully clear it, no problem. Your poisons are what's going to do the most damage, so you just sit and wait. Okay, so now it does the attack now that the orb died. She auto gets a turn, but you see it didn't do a ton. It put attack down on, but you're getting immunity from your Raz, so your Tamarin is going to cleanse eventually. So not really worried about it. Then you have 2 defense breakers between your Tieria and your Raz. We got it there. We're going to do a good chunk of damage right here. You do have the option to use Daydream Joker, I believe, on this stage. It doesn't really matter. You can use some kind of damage artifact, but now you see Tamarin's already in idle form, meaning that you just went for free from here. Nothing else changes within this fight. It is a very easy Abyss floor. So the Abyss floors start getting harder from about stage 90 up. So once it gets to that point, it's a little annoying, but with this, the more poisons you land, the better. Because it makes you clear it faster, but it doesn't. I mean, the boss just can't do enough damage to you, even with all this free gear on. The Abyss stages are still very easy. Let's see if we can defense break. No defense break. Poison? Nope. And you can see we missed crit there, but it doesn't matter. So we landed poison there. You see she takes 21,000 damage per poison. And you can see how little damage this does. Yeah, it did nothing. We are defense broken, but we should be fine. We get our S3 again. Honestly, you don't even need. You can turn Tenebria's skills off once you get to this portion. So as you see, the Wondrous Potion Vial healed the area, so don't have to worry about that. We're a couple rotations away from finishing it. If we could just land poisons, this is a pretty unlucky run, but very, very easy. Normally, you would have cleared it by now. Hopefully this defense breaks. So if you are getting close to the end and you want to just finish it, this goes for all Abyss floors. You can start doing some different styles of burns. You can burn your Raz. Then you could burn your Spectre's Tenebria to just fully burst down. You could Archy from here. There's a billion different options, but from here we'll just hurry up and win it. And there's Abyss 80. So Abyss 80, very, very simple. Again, like I said, Abyss 62 is a little annoying. You just have to time your Archies properly. So I'll go over that real quick if you're watching this. The only other floor you'll get stuck on is Abyss 62. It says if he has a debuff, he's going to heal. If you are struggling with it, just put your gear that's on your Spectre Chamber and your Tyria onto your Vivian and and your Lorena. You don't even have to have Commander Lorena. Just put it on those two. Neither of them debuff, and the boss does no damage. So put these two, do Raz, Tamarin, and then these two can be Vivian that you get from the hunt challenges if you're following my guide, and then Lorena you get for free from the regular challenges. Put their gear on them, make sure they're 5-star awakened, and you're good to go. You'll beat it. Just go in there, hit auto, and you'll get it done, no problem. So next up, we'll be going to floor 81, and I believe we will be able to use this team for the next upcoming couple floors, but go ahead and just go into floor 41, or 81, sorry. So I will cut back forward. You will just auto through the first stage per usual, and I'll come back once we get to the boss. All right, so getting to this floor is, again, pretty easy. You could also switch out your Free Spirit Tyria for Terranor Guard if you're using them. The one reason I had a lot of you build Terranor Guard for the challenge is because of the fact that he is very, very good. So first off, you want to kill the back Shuris, I believe. So just go straight for them, try to get them off the board as fast as possible. But after you do that, you should be good to go. So it looks like you just healed them anyway, actually. Maybe you don't really want to kill them. Not really sure. I know if you kill them, it resets their turn bar, I believe. Their ult bar. So from here, I'm just going to single attack one of them. I probably should have tried to strip the speed buff, actually. Shouldn't really matter. You can most likely just auto this. I should have just tried to auto it. Problem is, as you see, they're getting a ton of CR. But they still aren't doing a ton of damage, so it's not a huge problem. So I'm not really sure if I need to worry about this, but I'm going to go ahead and kill this one. This should push everyone back, and it resets him from using his ult. So let's see if that is the case. I'm pretty sure that is the case. So target on Raz is doing quite a bit extra damage to you. So he reses, but you see it's completely gone. If you try to debuff him, you'll see right here, he just insta-cleanses. See, he just instantly cleanses every single time, so as long as you are just doing a very good amount of damage. After the first cleanse, I believe he can't cleanse again, though, until a future turn. So now I'm going to kill this one, and you just keep rotating like this, and it keeps you from ever really getting in a bad spot, I believe. But you probably don't even, you could probably just auto. You try to auto, if you fail it, then just go back to what I'm doing here, and it'll make it way, way easier. So we'll try to go ahead and get a defense break again. We got it. Ton of damage, ton of poison damage. He uses his ult. This is going to do a decent amount of damage to one character, but not really enough to worry about. But as you see, the other Shuri hasn't revived yet. So once you get both Shuris off the board, they're both off the board now. So from here, I'm just gonna hit auto. He will revive them, but as long they're so easy to take out that you can just, if you take them out fast, it just lets you beat it a little bit quicker. So from right here, though, our characters should just be able to fully clear it, no problem. Get a little dual attack, helps a little bit. He'll res one, but from this point you'll just start killing them right away. Spectre Saber, yeah, see, just immediately almost kills one. And Spectenny gets another turn, it'll kill the back one, and you're good. So from here you never have to worry again. But getting rid of them the first times, I don't know the real way this fight works, I'll be honest, but it's that easy. So there you go, Abyss 81 is cleared. And then now let's go ahead and go straight into Abyss number 82. So Abyss 82, just full auto the first stage again. You'll take a little bit of damage from everything. If you ever have a time where your Free Spiriteria dies, just restart and auto again, it'll be fine. So with this stage, I usually, anytime you see a crystal, it's usually a good rule of thumb to, when you're on auto, click the crystal, because by clicking that, getting it off the board, the crystals are always support things, so getting it off makes it to where you don't have to worry about debuffs, or not debuffs, but buffs on the enemy. So it's usually always a good rule of thumb. See one of those, get rid of it ASAP, and then from there you don't have to care. So I'll be back once this is over. Alright, so now we're to the boss portion within this. So this boss, you are going to want to have your Spectre Saber pretty much be the hard carry. Whenever you see this buff up here, the damage reduction buff, that means you're going to want to focus on these little mobs down here first. If you kill them right away, then it's going to help you out a lot. I'm just going to go ahead and kill the two that have the bar all the way. So if you see as the red bar that's max and it has the R next to it highlighted, you want to get those out of the way immediately. Once you get those out of the way, they will respawn throughout the fight, but it's very, very easy. Your Spectre Saber will just one-shot them over and over. So he'll respawn all of them again, but from here, now we're in a position where we're just going to be trying to clear them before they get their bar up, which is going to be super easy. You can be attacking the boss from this point. It's fine. So you just want to make sure once you kill all three, it'll take the thing away. I'm going to go ahead and burn just to take out one of them from here. And then the second one will take out. And we'll hit auto from here. And then we should be completely fine. So once we get the buffs up and once Tamarin goes under idle form, it's going to make it a lot easier. So those little enemies will heal the boss sometimes when they attack, meaning that this will take maybe quite a while to fully clear. Whenever you have the buff above your head right there, it makes it to where you cannot get the bonus from Tamarin. You won't get attack buff, you won't get any kind of buffs, which makes this floor a little bit annoying because it takes longer. I also don't know if he can be poisoned. He is immune to poison as well, so your Spectre Saber doesn't get her full value, which is a little annoying, but it's still a very easy floor. So you have a lot more time than I'm taking to kill the boss or the little enemies, but right here you just basically let it build up souls again. Occasionally pause the auto, soul burn your Spectre Saber to kill multiple of the bosses. The slow is a little bit annoying because it's hard to get immunity up on your team. But as you see right there, we'll kill one, and he attacks, and the boss heals. And this one attacks, the boss heals again. So that's why you want to try to make sure to get those little spiders out as fast as possible. But overall, you'll do more damage than he heals going throughout this, so it's not a big deal. If you're ever in trouble, you can go ahead and put Daydream Joker on your Spectre Saber instead. I believe it works for this stage, so it should be fine. But with all the dual attacks between Raz and your Spectre Saber, very, very, very easy fight. The thing is, Tamarin doesn't really add a whole lot of value here due to the fact of her not... she doesn't add a lot of value due to the fact you can't CR push for half the time when you're in idle form, and you also are not getting any kind of attack buff. So no CR buff, no CR push, no attack buff. Both really suck. But from right here, you'll see you start doing a ton of damage. I believe once you half health it, it also auto goes into the next phase. So right here, yeah, he auto goes back into phase. Once you get to this point, you do have the ability to just soul burn again. So you can pause the auto and then go ahead and kill the white ones as fast as possible. So from right here, if you wanted to Archie, you could. What I'm going to do is just attack the boss, and I'm going to Archie on my Free Spiriteria's turn. And since you can't poison, the S3 is always value here. I could have used the S3 on the red mob if I wanted to, but we don't have to worry about it. So this fight may be a little annoying if you do try to full auto it. So just a warning there. As you see, this one doesn't heal the boss, so you can go ahead and just keep hitting the boss. And then this will kill the other mob. And then from here, we're one turn away from defense break. Raz does have his S2. There's no reason to S3 on him right now because you can't get any buffs. The boss is almost dead. And now we're in a spot where we can heal. Spectre Cheever will do her thing, and we hope we land a defense break and we'll have enough souls to finish the boss right here, I believe, if we get the defense break. If not, it'll be very close. Okay, we got it. And then I think he will summon the mobs again right here, but nope, he was one turn away, so that's even better. So since Tamarin can't get her buffs up, a lot of the time if your character's at good HP, you can just S1 to get some extra damage, but since we're in a spot right here that the boss can't really take a lot of damage because he has the defense buff up, we just click. We're just building souls for whenever he does this. Pushes us back, but now we can then just rush the boss down and win for free. So if you look here, we could probably just Archie to win. So what we're going to do is S3. Archie does usually a very large chunk. This will get him down a little bit. And then we had Tierra, we'll do our attack. And then we'll go ahead and use our Archie and see if that finishes it for us. If it doesn't, we might get in a little annoying portion. But no, we didn't. It was enough. So in that spot, if you have to, once your Spectre gets back around, you'll just have to fight longer because it'll heal a little bit again. But overall, it's very, very easy. So this ended up going pretty quick. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the next two floors too, because they're both pretty simple. So let me go ahead and buy this. We're going to start it again right away. Same team. We're not going to be changing our teams hardly at all until we get up a little bit further. But I'm going to go ahead and let this full auto until we get to the next portion. So this boss, I believe, might be kind of annoying, actually. I think you need to kill the mobs first. This might be the stage. This looks like the stage that if the boss gets up to 3 stacks, he is going to put you down to 0 HP right away. So let's go ahead and try to kill off some of or at least this little shaman down here to the side. For some reason, I feel like that was important. We'll see.
Should we get started?
But we'll see if this is a hard fight. If it is, then I'll have to come back and
Let's see what you're capable of.
I'm gonna go ahead and go into this. There's one boss. I don't think it's this one, actually, but it will. If you don't kill everything within the very beginning, it basically just puts you at 1 HP. I believe the poisons kills that from there, so we'll just attack this to shut the barriers so the poison does damage. He dies. That does a little damage. And then I'm just going to auto from here. It should be fine. We'll see once he gets his bar all the way up. Already back into S3 on Tenebria. Cameron goes. Raz S1s. Attack break. Attack break doesn't do anything here. So now that he's at full, releasing him with a 50% decrease speed for 2 turns, summons up to 1 Bloodstone Skull Warrior. So this wasn't the stage. I'm sorry. You can just full auto this, it looks like. There is one stage coming up soon, though, that if you don't beat, maybe it's past Abyss 100, but there's a stage that if you don't beat it really, really fast in Wave 1, you get obliterated. So, and it looks like this stage, but I think it's a Lich instead of a Warlock. A Lich instead of Warlock, I believe. But pretty much dead from here. He's got all the poisons. He's going to summon... Okay, he summons a Warlock. No, this is not the stage that really matters. So he has enough poisons that he's just going to die right here, and we'll get on to the next portion. I was going to pause it, but just to be safe, I wanted to make sure that we were good to go. So I will be timestamping all the things down in the video, so if you want to skip to certain Abyss floors, you can. But this is just a super simple, quick clear of everything. So we were sitting on 40 souls, we would have even more. So like I said, one tip, anytime you are in a fight that has an orb, click the orb right away for these stages. The orb is always an issue. There is a hard version of this floor past Abyss 100. I think it's Abyss like 105, 102. It's very, very annoying. But everything from Abyss up to Abyss 100 is pretty simple and easy, so. This stage does do a decent amount of damage until you get that orb out. It'll help you out a lot. You can see they're actually starting to, or taking damage in comparison to usually we're not. The nice thing is the boss can be poisoned, but you see it also gives immunity and cleanses. So that's why you want to get the orb out immediately so your poisons are able to land. So kill the orb. The bad thing is the orb has immunity now. So can't defense break. This will take a little bit of time, but there we go. It is now done. So from here, you just let the fight take over. One reason I'm watching through the full thing is just to make sure nothing special comes up. Normally with the best guides, they'll fast forward and everything, but these are so quick. If you need to fast forward through the video, you can, to a point where I either beat it or struggle. So you have the option. But those of you that are watching the guide series right now, thank you for supporting it. This has been crazy. This has been very, very fun for me. It's kind of like revived my love for content creation, so I appreciate all of you. Yeah, they're still doing no damage. So the stages I don't think really get hard until past floor 90 or like 90. Maybe one of the high 80s has got something annoying with it, but up until then we're probably chilling. Let's see, we have all these poisons, 4 poisons. He's gonna take so much damage right here. Okay, so we heal. Tierra doesn't really do anything but land defense breaks for your Tenebria to take damage. So that is one thing that he does do. Whenever this happens and he does that, he will revive the orb. You just want to immediately Archy. The second you see the orb Archy, the orb will die. You can go back to auto. You want to get that orb out every single time as quick as you possibly can. I believe breaking the orb gets rid of that infinite stun. I think that stun that the Scorpion does cannot be cleansed. So that is the way to get rid of it, but it also gives immunity, which is annoying. Alright, but the boss is done. So one more floor for today. Go ahead and get 84. Tomorrow I'll be trying to do the next couple of floors. This floor 84 gives 30 leaves and a bunch of bookmarks, which is great value. So I know this one isn't anything special. Let it auto again. And go from there. So this isn't bad. I thought this video would be super long, but I could have just played through all those floors and we cleared them on 30 minutes. The next videos though, I will definitely, once the fights start getting harder, I will definitely cut them quite a bit to where it's just very, very quick and easy. But from this point, I think you can realize that your team is just gonna, if you build this team, you're following the guide and use these characters, you're just gonna fly through all of Abyss. So one thing I did differently on my 30-day challenge account though, was I used Crozet as my main tank. And using Crozet as my main tank helped my survivability on my team tremendously in comparison to Raz, because Crozet gives defense buff and a barrier every time a character gets low. So I never had a problem with like my random backline unit dying. Like my Free Spiritaria never would die when going through this. But I also used Terranor Guard for a lot of those floors instead of Free Spiritaria, because having the dual attack and every time you duel you get extra CR for all your characters. It made a lot of the floors just super, super easy, and it is a cheese for some of the high Abyss floors. So Terranor Guard is a character that's part of why I had you building for your Wyvern team, is he's going to be very usable in late game content too. For a lot of, I am going to make Abyss guides for 101 to 120, but we're not going to do this for quite a while. I'm going to wait till you guys get some more characters. So this Roman fight, I don't remember anything too annoying with it. I kind of remember it being annoying, actually. There's something about it that can be annoying. Let's find out. So he does his attack, you get slowed. I think if the Terranor guards get... I think if they get to their ult, it actually does quite a bit of damage to you. So we want to do as many poisons as we possibly can onto Roman early. So that goes, he doesn't proc again, which is good. We're not going to use any of our souls yet until I know exactly what's going on. So next turn, they are all going to be hitting me. So if we can stun one of them, I believe that's the key to beating this. So just to be safe, I'm going to just go ahead and S1 onto Roman, get another poison. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to S3 one of the 3 guards before they all use their skill. See if we can stun. So we got the stun. So since we got that, we're going to go ahead and just S2. Try to get another poison. We got it, so that's a ton of damage about to happen. But let's see how much damage we take.
I'm scared. Yes.
So the guard. So we did 4,000. It's not too bad. So this probably isn't the stage I'm talking about. You might lose your free spirit Tyria here throughout this, but by stunning one of them, it prevents you from taking too much damage at one time. So that way you can still have the possibility to land a defense break, and that is really beneficial. So that is one tip for this floor. If you have a little trouble with it, you can use your Spectre Saber to stun one here and there. So once he does this, it does strip everything completely, and it fully cleanses him. So you have the ability from this point to try to Archie him. So you still want to try to land poisons. We got it. And now that it's Raz's turn, defense buff is beneficial, plus this will build a little bit more souls. So your Raz will definitely stay alive, but we're to a point where we can almost double Archie. But so we took a pretty good chunk of damage there, but now that we do this, we should pretty much just be completely into clear. You don't need to worry about the Royal Guards at all. You just fully attack Roman the whole time. So besides, unless you need to stun in that situation. So what I'm going to do right here is, let's go ahead and Archie once, just to get him as low as possible. So I did 45,000. So if we had another Archie right here, we know we would win. But let's see if we land another poison. We did. If we land one more poison, we just beat it right here. We land a defense break, and another poison. So that's cleared. Very easy. So Abyss 80 through 84, that's 5 stages that you can complete with this team. Don't have to do any changes. Tomorrow I will be beating Abyss floor 85 to 89. The next day will be 90 to 94, and then 95 to 100? Yeah, I guess 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Okay, well, maybe we have one extra floor. Should be 5 a day. 80 to 84, 85, 86. I don't know, my math's wrong, but either way, we'll have videos all the way up to 100. Maybe Abyss 98 and 100 will be their own video, or 99 100. But that's all I got for this video. Hopefully this helped you. Getting those 30 leaves is massive, but as you see tomorrow, all the rewards are pretty good. 3 million gold, 20 molas is great, and then we're gonna get tomorrow. We're gonna get 500 mystics for Landy before she goes away, or if you're watching this later, 500 mystics for whatever Moonlight character is in mystic rotation. We're gonna get our Powder of Knowledge, which is good, and then from there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, for some reason, why is that 21 floors? From 80 to 100 is 21 floors. That doesn't mathematically make sense to me, but either way, we're going to be clearing this as fast as we can to get all these rewards. So hopefully you guys are not having any trouble with Abyss. If you are, I will be to your floor soon. I'll give you an easy way to beat it with the characters that we've already built within this guide or worked on, and we'll clear it all from there. But it's been Deity, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.